How we doing? How we feeling? How we looking, ladies and gentlemen? As always, we are here to answer all your fantasy questions for week 7.
Yes,
Make sure
sir.
you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do what you got to do to get in here. Friendly reminder, as you can see a pin on the chat, all super chats will be answered straight away. We're going to do all the questions in order. Drop your questions, anything you have for week 7. I hope you are still in contention for your fantasy playoffs. But if not, let's say you're 0-6. Anything can happen. I know Zach can tell you an amazing story.
Should I? People probably tired of hearing about it. Look, if you're 0-6, don't stress. I started out last year 1-7. I went on to win every single game from week 8 onwards. Or sorry, that would have been week 9 onwards, and I somehow won my fantasy championship. Thank you for the sub, Francisco.
We appreciate
Do we have subscriber only chat on, by the way?
Yeah, it should be on.
Just have a look for that as I tell this story. But basically, yep, started 1-7 in my league last year in my home league with Badake, and just kept going at it, making trades and doing waiver wire pickups, and eventually I won every single game, including the playoffs. Made it in at 7-7, and then ran the table. So just inspiration if you're out there, if you need it.
Inspiration.
So it is on.
Yeah, it is on.
Okay, cool.
100%. It is on.
What's up, Dried Ocean? Welcome in. Gator says, I just got offered Clyde and Godwin for JT in another redraft league. Clyde and Godwin for JT. It's interesting. Clyde and Godwin. I think this really depends on a lot of situations. For example, if I'm currently sitting and I'm 5-1, I'm going to take the JT side of this because I still believe that he's a league-winning running back. If I'm sitting there and I am, let's say, 2-4, and I'm struggling to get wins, and I need wide receiver help, I can consider the Godwin side, but overall, I think that's a sell low for JT. The JT side is a win, in my opinion.
Yeah, is Clyde going to be like in your RB2 moving forward, or Clyde is just like an addition to your team? Because the way I'm seeing it is, if he's your RB2, I'm not doing it. But if you can get Clyde in the flex position, or if you are, let's say you're really weak at wide receiver and you have, let's say, Nick Chubb and Jonathan Taylor, hypothetically, and you're really weak at wide receiver, you need Chris Godwin, I'm happy to do that because I do believe in Clyde. Clyde was a guy I said you could potentially go out and trade for. He may not have the best week, last week and this week coming up, but I do believe he could be a guy moving forward, especially the way they're utilizing him. But let us know. I'm happy. I think it's a great trade. I think it's an even trade. It all depends on your wide receivers, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. Frank, Gus Edwards or AJ Dillon or Williams? Definitely need to pick one. Williams as in like Jamal Williams?
It's Jamal Williams. I think Jamal Williams is the answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm assuming it is Jamal Williams, and if it is, then that would be my answer there. Jamal Williams.
Just gonna look at him.
We don't know if Swift is gonna play. We haven't. I haven't heard any news yet on his status. Have you heard any news
well,
on
he's
his
questionable, but I think he should play. Coming off a bye week, he had a rest week. He practiced in limitation throughout the week. They says he's questionable, but I think he will play. I mean, I'll be really surprised if he doesn't personally.
Yeah, I would be surprised too. I just remember hearing something from the head coach that they're gonna play it with caution.
Yeah, I think Williams has to be the play. I think Williams.
Regardless, he's the play.
I like his upside a lot better than everything. Dried Ocean, start 1. Wilson, Etienne, Damian Harris, or Brian Robinson, full PPR. This is crazy. I actually still believe Jeff Wilson this week specifically is still going to get a significant amount of workload. Will he find the end zone? I'm not sure because they are saying that CMC is going to have, red zone opportunities. I'm happy with Etienne. Damian Harris, I like. I think he's always going to get the opportunity, especially with Ramondre Stevenson. So I think right now it's a toss-up between Jeff Wilson and Damian Harris. in my opinion. And I like Damian Harris against the Bears. So give me Damian Harris.
Yeah, Wilson's tough. I mean, because he might do all the work, and then they have a red zone package, and then CMC scores a tug.
Exactly.
It's between Etienne and Damian Harris for me, and it's really, really close. Damian Harris apparently has no limitations going into this week. He plays Chicago, which has been a pretty good matchup for. To be fair, Brian Robinson got shut down. I mean, that just kind of where do you stand on Brian Robinson? Do you think he's like a talent or not? I'm going Travis Etienne here this week, though. I'll take Travis Etienne. There's a chance that Ramondre gets most of the workload with Harris coming off a bye week. So I'm going to take Etienne here. And also, I think he has a higher upside in a PPR format with the receptions. So I'll take him.
Yeah. Sit 1, PPR, CD, Amon-Ra, Ken Walker, Pierce. I have Hawk. Oh, man, you got to start all these guys personally. And that's really hard. These
are all starters.
Yeah, these are all starters.
These are all like potential.
Traps.
These are all potential top 12 at their position starters as well. Damian Pierce at Las Vegas. Who else was it?
Amon-Ra against the Bears. Against the Cowboys. You also have CeeDee Lamb against the Lions. Ken Walker against that one I don't know. Top against the Chargers, who right now the Chargers give a top 5 points to the running back position. The Raiders are pretty up there in the running back position as well.
Yeah. I got no idea what to say here.
Yeah,
I genuinely don't know what to tell you.
It's
these are all like must-start guys on a weekly basis. Players that you're in your lineup and you're like, all right, I know they're not going to let me down. I genuinely have no idea what to tell you, man. But I guess I'm sitting CD. I know that. Does that sound crazy? I'm probably sitting CeeDee Lamb. Why would I even ever sit CeeDee Lamb versus Detroit as well? You can't sit CeeDee Lamb.
You can't.
I don't know what to say. I don't know
honestly,
what to say here.
I know I have DeMar Chase and Breece Hall as my starters. You must be in the 8-man league.
Or you just drafted really well and you made trades really well. Jamar and Breece as his starters. To be honest, yeah, what kind of league is this?
Unless you traded with somebody and you just took advantage, which is people do it. I made good moves and drafted well. 10-man league. Well, 10-man league is still up there.
I don't know what to tell him. Genuinely.
Genuinely. Like
I don't
all
know
these
what
guys,
to say.
like we can tell you to sit Amon-Ra, but like he's a wide receiver one day. We can tell you to sit CD. He's a wide receiver. Like every single person that you're asking us to sit or that we should sit one are starters and number ones on their teams. And I
guess if I had to choose, it would probably be Pierce, Damian. But again, like I want all these players started. But if I had to choose, it would be Damian. That's my answer. Start 2, Etienne, Dillon, Clyde, Foreman, Hubbard. This is actually pretty easy. I would say Etienne and Clyde.
Yeah. I'm there as well.
That's what I would do. But it could be a trap. Foreman, Hubbard, it's just hard to know who's going to be valuable there, and it's a terrible matchup for them. Francisco says, would you do Lockett and Dillon for Higgins? Yeah, I would take T. Higgins in that deal. Kyle says Stevenson or Mike Williams in the flex. Stevenson or Mike Williams in the flex. That's tough.
Mikey Mike plays the Seahawks.
It almost like doesn't even matter what his matchup is. It's like it's almost like doesn't matter. He's gonna pop off or he's not, or he's just going to be
Who are you
a
talking about?
disappointment. Mike Williams. He's
Williams.
either like winning you your week or losing your week.
Yeah,
and I don't think that matters depending on the matchup anymore. I just think it's just the reality.
That's kind of where it's going. Yeah, I like Ramondre. I know Damian Harris is going to come, but they are playing the Bears. Their identity is still in the ground, whether that's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi playing. Give me Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it depends on what you need. Like, if you need an upside play, I think it's Mike. If you need a floor play, it's 100% Ramondre. So adjust accordingly. If you're facing someone who you think you have very little chance to beat, I'm playing Mike Williams. But if I'm playing someone and I'm the favorite, I'm probably playing Ramondre. That's how I would face it. DJ says Lazard, Judy, or Ayuk at flex in a full PPR.
I'm going Lazard personally.
Same. I'm going Lazard as well. This is a great matchup. As someone who unfortunately supports Washington, we get torched on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Do we think JT will be 100%? I I actually don't think he's going to be 100% this game, but I think he plays. And yeah, he is going to play. We got that report. I don't think he's going to be 100%, but to be fair, what he told us last week was that like it was his choice not to play versus Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that report.
I
So
did.
he knows his body better than anyone else. If he's going to play, and he already didn't play last week because he didn't feel good, I'm sure he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. David CMC, Judy for Chubb and Debo or Olave. I mean, I'm definitely taking the Chubb side. At the moment, I mean, Jerry Judy's been disappointing, and CMC going to a new offense. And I said this, by the way. Well, I didn't say this on the live stream after I had more time to think about it. I think CMC's. I mean, surely you trade from CMC and he gets opportunity in the air, but you know the running backs in San Francisco usually don't get opportunities in. And so far, Jeff Wilson has got opportunity in the air. So far, you know all these other people that have been in the rotation hasn't got an opportunity in the air. So I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm just not saying. I'm not saying that I don't believe in CMC, but I like Nick Chubb here personally.
I think the point of difference there is that they've never had a running back like CMC. They've never had a running back who is a pass catching specialist. When you trade almost your entire draft for a running back, and you know, like one of the best parts of his game is what he can do in the air. Like you put this guy as a slot wide receiver, he can be a top 12 wide receiver in fantasy. So I think they know why, like trading for him, giving up that much capital. I think they have a plan for him, and I think they are going to utilize him in the air. Jimmy G's a reliable quarterback for dump offs and to throw to a running back. So I'm going the CMC Judy side of this trade for the rest of the season. I feel confident that Kyle is going to know how to use Christian McCaffrey. And then Debo or Olave. I think I'm going Olave there, man. I don't know about you, but I feel like Debo could be negatively impacted by Olave's by CMC's arrival, and I think Olave has clearly established himself as like the true number one in this offense. Someone who's going to get you 15 points every single week, has crazy upside, and is open on every single play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a win-win for the Debo Olave side. I still believe in Debo. I believe in Olave. I'm happy with either one. You just gotta choose and pick on which one you want more, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I would also say, by the way, that Debo could have a really big week this week versus Kansas City.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt, James Robinson, or Kenyon Drake as a second flex PPR option. Man, Kareem against the Ravens, James Robinson against my Giants, and Kenyon Drake against Kareem. Okay.
I'm going Kareem here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
We talked about those Baltimore running backs. It's impossible to know what's gonna happen. You have Justice Hill, who looked really good. He's coming back. You have Gus Edwards coming back, and you have Kenyon Drake there. It's impossible to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I like Kareem, but I actually have more confidence. When I say more confidence, I have the most confidence in Kenyon Drake out of everyone, especially what he did last week. He put up 100 and something yards. So it's interesting. Gator fan.
So are you going?
No. I actually like Kareem. Or? I like Kareem. I think it's a safe floor. I think it feels more confident. But you know, if you are someone that wants to take a risk and start Kenyon Drake, I do believe they're still going to ride with him. He's the guy that's been most healthy. He knows the offense now. Gus Edwards and Justice Hill both coming back from injury. So Kenyon Drake is the guy that I'm happy to take a chance on. But I think Kareem, I do believe Kareem is the better start, in my opinion. Eckler and J-Rob will be my starting running backs, my wide receivers for that league, and Thielen are for that league. Our lock.
Okay, nice.
I think he was talking about that Clyde and Godwin one.
Right.
Eckler, J-Rob, Thielen, Lockett, Woods, Claypool, and MVS. Yeah, you see, like in that instance, I would want Chris Godwin. Just FYI, like Clyde and Chris Godwin, because
just don't have any confidence in James Robinson.
Yeah, and the problem is like you lose on both sides. Actually, you don't have confidence in James Robinson. That's fine, but you're getting Clyde and Godwin, so you have more.
I'm also not a big Clyde guy either.
I'll have more confidence in Clyde over James Robinson, and then I can get a wide receiver in Chris Godwin, because you can't start Woods every week, you can't start Claypool every week, and you can't start MVS every week.
Yeah, I find it hard with Clyde because unless you get a touchdown, you have a very, very low floor. So I'm going JT there. I still think he's a league winner. I think we'll be talking about him as a league winner, and in a couple weeks we'll be like, oh my gosh, why are we all like hesitant on JT? I mean, that's the way I view it, just personally. So I'm still going JT. I think he's truly like a league winner. He should be viewed that way. I just don't have, I struggled to believe in Clyde. I really struggled to believe in him.
No, that's fair.
He doesn't even look like the best running back on his team most days.
We got. I think we already answered. Would you do Lockett and Dillon for Higgins? Also got offered Saquon and Higgins for Gabe Davis, Dillon, and Swift.
No, the Saquon and Higgins side by an absolute landslide for
100%.
me.
Full PPR. Dubs, Gallup, Kenny, and Drake. Dubs, Gallup, or Kenny and Drake for flex.
I don't know about you, but I'm going one of the wide receivers here between Gallup.
Gallup plays the Lions.
Yeah, so it's a good matchup, and Dak Prescott's back. That connection there. Gallup is one of my starts of the week, but Washington, is also a very good matchup for Romeo Doubs. I'm going Romeo Doubs.
Going Romeo Doubs? Yeah, I was going Romeo Doubs as well. I think the matchup is favorable. They need to figure it out. They need to win a game. They need to get this offense rolling in the air and in the ground. So I'm going Dubs as well. Fantasy noob.
And as a Washington fan, this is the week to get it right.
Yeah.
Trade for them.
Fantasy noob, trade Dalvin and Curtis Samuel for CeeDee Lamb and Singletary. Can Curtis Samuel be anyone else?
I'm taking the Dalvin side of this.
Yeah, I do like Dalvin's side personally still because Singletary is up and down.
A lot of questions about Curtis will be answered this week because a lot of people who have Curtis Samuel right now are worried what his usage will be with Taylor Heineke, and I completely understand that concern. But I'm going Dalvin. I just don't like Singletary. Same with Clyde. I just not a running back I really am excited about rostering on my team. He's actually I think he has a safer floor than Clyde, but
he definitely
just too up and down, man.
Yeah, and I think that was my problem with Curtis. Like I think he was doing great, and I just never believed in the consistency. But I think Dalvin is just so much more valuable and so much more.
Yeah. The hard part with Curtis is like if he makes that catch last week, he's a top 24 wide receiver again. So like I think the more important thing for me is let's see what Taylor Heineke does with Curtis Samuel. It's a big risk one, but I'm preferring the Dalvin side there.
Yeah. Fantasy noob, if you can get someone else besides Curtis Samuel, for me, then I'm really happy with that. It depends on who it is. Patrick, full PPR, Brady. So okay.
Oh, there's a question.
I'm trying to find the question, and I have Kelsey.
So I need one quarterback, two running backs, one wide receiver. You want us to set your entire lineup? I think he wants us to set his entire lineup. Okay, so let's go this question by question. Dak or Brady? I'm going Brady.
Brady. Henry.
Okay, so he needs two running backs. Henry, Chubb, Hall, Steve. I mean, do we really need to tell you to start Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb?
Yeah, that's done in one wide receiver.
Already
played on Thursday.
Okay.
So do you have him in the flex or something? Like, did you not play Olave? But I mean,
he needs to choose one wide receiver between Pittman and Amon-Ra. So who does Pittman play?
I like Pittman this week just based off of this.
Pittman at Tennessee, Amon-Ra at Dallas.
It's a divisional game.
I'm actually going Amon-Ra there, just fully healthy. Dallas is think about how many points Dallas is going to be able to score, man.
For sure.
On this defense, and I'm going Amon-Ra there, and then the flex.
I guess you start Pittman and Amon-Ra. I guess that's what I would do.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. That's funny. Connor, who should I trade Sutton for? Very open-ended question, my man. Give us a more direct question. I mean, who could you trade him for? That's like asking how many drink combinations there are at Sonic. I mean, there's millions of different combinations that you can make. DG Wavy says Jimmy G or Matt Ryan. I'm going Jimmy G in this one.
Jimmy as well.
Yeah, and actually I'm facing someone who is streaming quarterback. They have Josh Allen on bye in our home league. And the only reason I have Jimmy G still on my team is because I was streaming him last week and I want to hold him from that other person's team this week. Gerard, If
Yeah.
Debo has a big week, would you trade him away, and who for? Yeah, I'd be looking to trade him away. Who for? Very open question again. But we'd have to reassess that next week and see what he did. CB says, "Hey guys, I have CD and Higgins and Mixon and Walker starting. I need a flex PPR." Okay, so flex, it's Dameon Pierce, Chubb, or Amon-Ra. I just don't think you can sit Chubb.
Yeah.
Who does Chubb play? Chubb plays
Ravens.
Baltimore. I mean, you can't sit Chubb. I'm going Chubb.
I'm
there.
going Chubb as well.
And to be honest, man, that seems like a trap question. When we say a trap question, it means very high chance that we get this wrong. I mean, those are all players that should be started, no doubt. Dameon Pierce should be started, considered a top 12 guy. Same with Chubb. Amon-Ra, same, should be started as a top 12 wide receiver. So it's a little bit of a trap question, but I'm going Chubb.
Yeah. Do you think people should hold Mitchell and Wilson in case CMC gets hurt? In a redraft perspective, I think so. I mean, Mitchell is on IR, so you probably have an IR spot.
Yeah.
And Wilson, same thing. So just hold on.
We
to
treat
them.
We treat those guys like any other backup running back now that could step into relevancy. Like same way we treat Alexander Madison. You treat him, but there's probably less of a role for Mitchell.
Agreed. Okay, looking at another team question. What's the question? Okay. I got offered Zeke for J-Rob and Curtis Samuel. Do I do it? And you have Walker, Stevenson, and
who's the wide receivers on his team?
Debo, Evans, Curtis, Waddle, Tyreek Hill.
I think I'm keeping the J-Rob and Curtis side. Actually, to be honest, Zeke has a really good upcoming schedule.
Yeah, I personally like.
I think I am taking the Zeke side.
I like the Zeke side, but at the same time, I mean, I think your running backs are pretty good. Stevenson, Walker, Monty.
Yeah. The problem is this trade doesn't involve anyone that you're probably going to start in a 10-man.
Exactly. You're not going to start, Zeke over, in my opinion, right now, Stevenson or Walker.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense to do that.
I'll take the Zeke side though.
Yeah, I agree.
Conrad,
with the Zeke side.
I sat Joe Mixon for Kenneth Walker. Is that good or bad? I think that's a fine idea. Kenneth Walker has a great matchup this week. Kyle says, who's better right now as a player, Samuel or Gallup? As a player, I think you have to lean Curtis Samuel because we've seen more from him. In Gallup, we don't know what he is after his injury. We think he's going to be fine, but I think Curtis Samuel.
As a player, like talent-wise, I think it's tough. I personally like Gallup a little bit more. But Curtis Samuel, they're both different. They're both utilized in different ways, so it's a little bit tough.
Yeah.
To compare
Jay
those
says,
two.
Better play Broncos defense versus the Jets or Raiders versus the Texans. I'm going Broncos.
Yeah, I will go Broncos as well.
Pro says bye week is hitting hard for me. Pick 2 to start: Claypool, Woods, and Gallup. That's tough. I think I might go Gallup for sure.
Woods play,
and then Colts. It's between Claypool and Woods.
They play the Colts. So I'm definitely going Gallup. Pick 2. I'm gonna go Woods. Who the Steelers play? Steelers play the Dolphins. I'm going Woods.
Yeah, I'll go Woods and Gallup.
Yeah, give me Woods and Gallup here.
Dallas Stevens been fired. Don't know if I'd rather a wide receiver playing against them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure, I agree. I just think there's going to be plenty of opportunities to come from behind. I like the game script for Amon-Ra this week. Sully says, should I trade for Mike Evans and Devonta Smith? Should I try to trade Mike Evans and Devonta Smith for T. Higgins and Chris Godwin? It's like,
I think it's even trade.
Potato. Who do you want? It's even. I'll take the Higgins and Godwin side, but it's pretty even.
I think it's even. I'm happy with both sides, depending on who you want.
Gerard says, thoughts on Kamara going forward? Doesn't seem to get any red zone looks. Yeah, it's extremely confusing, the usage in the red zone for Alvin Kamara. But he hasn't had a touchdown in the last 3 weeks, guys, and he has fantasy finishes with over 23 points, over 18, and over 17. I still think he should be viewed as a top 12 guy, and if the touchdowns come, he's like top 5. So.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta hold on to him and hopefully continue to start him. Thoughts on Stafford and Dillon or Garrett Wilson for Tua trade? So you're trading away Stafford and Dillon or Garrett Wilson for Tua.
I'd be super happy moving Stafford and Wilson for Tua.
Sure, I'm happy with that.
But I don't think you need to force that either. We talked about this. Like,
Yeah.
Stafford's probably going to be better after this bye.
Yeah.
What's up, Tommy?
How you doing,
Casey
brother?
says, hurting this week with buys. Scary Terry versus Jair or Jamal Williams. I'm going Jamal Williams.
Yeah, agreed. Wandale or Nico, Tommy said.
I'm going Wandale.
I'm going Wandale. Is A-Rob worth the stash? If he's available, pick him up. That's what I would do. No worries, CB. John, trade Dalvin Cook and Gabe Davis for Justin Jefferson. I think this one's also a toss-up. This one's also a toss-up for me. I'm really happy with Dalvin and Gabe. I'm still a believer in Dave in that offense. Justin Jefferson, tremendous upside. I mean, wide receiver one usually every week. But if you have like Zach said, if you have the depth to give up, a running back and a wide receiver to get JJ, why not? But
I'm going Justin Jefferson, but I need context. Like, who is if I'm losing Dalvin Cook, like a RB1, who do I have behind him? Like, I can't just lose Dalvin Cook.
Sure.
Running backs are so scarce, and not have another running back there. I think context is really important there. Gerard says Kamara and Debo for Cup and Monty. Kamara and Debo for Cup and Monty.
Appreciate you, Mark.
Can't trade Cup away, can you?
No, you can't trade. Maybe if you're getting Cup, I think that's where I'm going though. And I know Monty has been a little bit shaky, but Monty's feel like he's getting the same finishes as Kamara right now. Cup just has tremendous upside, especially with everyone scared of CMC and Debo's workload. So get Cup if you can. Aaron Jones for Mixon. I'll take the Mixon side.
Sorry, what was the question?
Aaron Jones for Mixon.
Aaron Jones for Mixon. Yeah, I'll take the Mixon side.
The Mixon side. Full PPR. Alec Pierce or Travis Etienne in the flex.
That's tough. I'm going Etienne though.
I think it's a toss up here as well.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to think. Who would I rather have? Etienne against my Giants, and then Colts against the Titans. I'm just trying to think. I mean, Giants always give up a big run, so I think I would go Etienne here. But I think it's very, very close in my eyes. Agreed about Mitchell Wilson. Pro, I'm also in need of a quarterback. There's Brady, Mariota, Jimmy G, and Matt Ryan. On waivers, I'm picking up Brady.
Same.
Yeah.
Josh Reynolds or Devin Duvernay.
I think I'm going Josh Reynolds here.
Is Chark playing?
No, DJ Chark is officially inactive, if I'm not mistaken. Just double check that. But
Okay,
I'm pretty sure he's inactive.
I'm happy to do Josh then.
Yeah, we like Josh. No worries, Tommy. Gus is on my bench. Trade Pitts for Waller. I don't want either of those tight ends personally, but I'm taking Pitts because Wallers can't stay healthy. Had someone tell me Samuel is greater than Gallup right now. Take was crazy. One, a second opinion. Felt weird saying as a Cowboys fan though. That's fair.
I don't know that there's any I don't know, man. I think because of last year, Curtis Samuel not playing most of the year, it's pretty easy to view him only in the terms of this year and last year. But as far as right now, I think they're just different players. Samuel has the speed. He's a gadget guy. You can put him all over the field. Gallup, you really want him typically to play your Y. I don't really know that. Yeah, like Badake said, I'm not sure that any of these players are. There's not a clear answer.
You can't really compare.
What does the offense need?
The way they're used is completely different. You're not gonna put a jet sweep with Michael Gallup, and you're not gonna send Curtis to get an outside fade on the goal line. That's just not what you're gonna do. So it's tough to compare those two.
I wouldn't put either really over the other as a talent.
Yeah. Mark, start one Sutton, Deontay, Alec Pierce. Wow. I mean, the Sutton.
Look at how far we've come
against the Jets. Okay. Well, that feels like you kind of just want to avoid it, but at the same time,
because he's probably gonna have sauce on him.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have sauce on him. And then you have Deontay Johnson in Miami with Kenny Pickett on Sunday night. And then Alec Pierce against the divisional rival against the Titans. This is a tough one.
Rap question for sure.
On paper, how about this? On paper, is everything is leading Cortland Sutton. He's a wide receiver 1.
On paper, yes.
He is a guy. He's a bigger guy. He should get targeted by Brett. In my thought process, is like, well, Sutton is going against Sauce. I think Alec Pierce could get some opportunity, but Deontay, as much as everyone's off on Deontay, I see the Steelers offense struggling against Miami, especially with Tua coming back, meaning that Kenny Pickett is going to have to throw the ball tremendously. I think if you want a safe floor, give me Deontay Johnson. If you want a high upside play, sounds crazy right now, but I think it's Alec Pierce. And I feel like Cortland Sutton is probably going to be a guy that can get you either 5
This is tough.
to like 12 points. So
yeah, I mean, watching
that's my thought process.
Watching Mike Williams against Pat Surtain was not fun.
And by the way, Cortland does have history with Brett, if I'm not mistaken, unless that was a year Cortland was hurt.
That hit? Not really history of success though.
No.
History isn't always good. I will take Deontay here. I'll take Deontay.
Love that.
It's tough. That's a tough spot to be in,
is.
man. That's really tough.
He also has another one: CMC, Mostert, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones for
me as well. I think that's easy. Drew, shout out to my boy Jawan Johnson starting this week. Shout out to you, man. Tails traded DJ Moore for AJ Dillon in 12-team Superflex Dynasty. I'm rebuilding team. Did I take a W? Also have an early second, 201, 202 from youth. Thanks. Legends.
Legends. Hey, you only use the word legend if you're in Australia or New Zealand. I wonder where you're from. I would say we're gonna the trade deadline is huge for DJ Moore in Dynasty.
Exactly.
Every single person who owns DJ Moore right now in Dynasty is hoping, begging, and praying that he gets traded. If he does not, I will take the AJ Dillon side. But if he gets traded to Kansas City, like there's talks about, then you have to go the DJ Moore side here. So big risk, big reward. We'll find out here. The trade deadline ends on the 1st of November. Go ahead.
One thing I was going to say was that at the moment, as much as we were so off on DJ Moore, I'm a DJ Moore, I'm holding DJ Moore as an owner. Same. If I have him. Yeah, because like Zach said.
But in redraft, I'm not.
In redraft, I'm not. I'm happy to move him. But even in Dynasty, I'm holding him because I believe this team is going to get a quarterback. I believe they're going to have a fresh new start. Whether that's Bryce, whether that's CJ, are those guys going to hit? We don't know, but that's what I'm going to hope, that these guys will say, okay, we got a new quarterback. They're probably going to get a new offensive coordinator. They're going to get a new head coach. And it's like, shit, we had DJ Moore for how many years, and you're telling me he's now, like, we haven't done anything with him? That's my thought process right now. So
how far about that is when I look at the 2021 quarterback class, one of the we were walking into that class saying, oh my God, this is one of the best quarterback classes we've ever seen. Tell me how many relevant fantasy wide receivers came from that to even right now as we're standing.
2021? Like from the 2021
Has Zach Wilson made anyone relevant? No. Has Trevor Lawrence made it? Definitely not. As a rookie, he didn't. Christian Kirk's been pretty good.
For sure.
He's been a little up and down. Looking through it, Trey Lance hasn't had really a starting opportunity. Mac Jones? No. Never been a relevant wide receiver. Justin Fields? No. So the reason I am more hesitant on DJ is because, yes, it's good. Like, we like CJ Stroud. We like Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, just because they draft a quarterback doesn't mean, okay, good, now DJ Moore is going to be good. It's hard, and so I'm overall leaning towards the AJ Dillon side. But again, if DJ Moore gets traded, then I have more hope. Obviously, right. I agree in the sense that, like, change is good, and I want the quarterback that goes to Carolina to help him succeed. But we've seen historically, even in like what we thought was one of the best classes ever, that's not always been the case for guys. So
no, for sure. And I think, like, I'm happy to play the weight game with DJ Moore right now than someone like an AJ Dillon, in my opinion. I think the lifespan with AJ Dillon, when I think about like the running back wide receivers, even though DJ Moore is older, 26, AJ Dillon is going to go into his 4th year. After this year, DJ Moore, 5th or 6th year, something like that. I'm still happy to keep him and wait the year or 2. than AJ Dillon, because then AJ Dillon goes to another offense, or he doesn't get re-signed.
Yeah.
He goes to, I don't know. I think
Tough.
that's a thought process. We'll appreciate you there, Tails, for the donation. And I think if you had another question, please drop in the chat. I mean, we usually answer.
I think you're just giving a little tip.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you so much, man.
But as far as so anyway, look, I think your answer is going to be given to you very soon. 1st of November is the trade deadline. If DJ Moore is traded, you've probably lost that. I would have preferred the DJ Moore side. If he's not, then I am pretty happy with the AJ Dillon
Are you
side.
happy with DJ Moore going to any team? Because there's also rumors that he can come to New York. So like, are you like saying, okay, he just needs to get out of Carolina?
I find it really hard to look at a worse situation in the entire NFL.
Okay, say less. Say less.
It doesn't have to be Kansas City, but as far as the Pat Fryermuth one, I definitely am open to trading for him. However, I think it might be a slight overpay to give the 201 this year. I more feel like a late second, a mid-second probably. A mid-second feels like more equal value. Yeah, Kyle says he agrees. Drake or J-Rob? I'm going Drake, but that's tough.
Yeah.
Badake?
I'm going Drake as well. It is tough.
Mechi says 12-man PPR team is okay. Let's see. What's the question here? Team is Herbert, Henry, Fournette, Pierce, Michael Carter, Jamal, blah 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 blah. Curtis Kittle. It's a $150 league. Free agent bid. I have 116 left. How much do I bid on Deonta Foreman? You have 116 left. As far as like fab goes, like the thing with Deonta is we're not expecting him to be like this incredible fantasy running back league winner, but he's someone who's probably going to get opportunities. You had $150 fab, you have 116 left. I'd be happy to go ahead and throw around $20 to $25 on Deonta and just have someone who's there who I can use in case of injuries, in case of bye weeks, etc. That's why I would leave 20 to 25.
Right. Yeah, and
maybe 30 at max.
Another thing is, like, if you don't get him, don't be mad. Look at your running back depth: Henry, Fournette, Pierce, Michael Carter, and Jamal. I think that's okay. Getting another guy there might not be the biggest thing you need. Yeah. Anyone catch it this week? No idea.
I don't know. Is that a show? Let us know.
No idea. How do you guys feel about Gordon at flex, wide receiver 2, Dubs, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, or Renfro? Gordon at flex, I think surely Gordon should have more opportunity. They said he will be the starter this week. Am I excited? Do I trust him? Absolutely not.
I'm starting Pickens over him.
Yeah, I would start Pickens. Exactly. I would start Pickens.
I'm starting Dubs over him.
Oh, yeah. Pickens and Dubs are the two guys I would start over him. But, with Brett Rippon coming in, I see this offense running the ball a lot with Melvin and maybe Latavius. So let's see what happens.
No worries, Ken. Tommy says it was hilarious, so you can pick up any player mid-game if they're doing good in it. Is that like the ESPN app glitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard about that. Unlucky. Connor says I got Geno, JT.
So what move should I make?
What move should I make? Very open-ended, Connor. We can't really, that's a very open-ended question. Give us a more direct question. We'd be happy to help. But with all the questions that we have here on the stream, it's hard to kind of, break that down and spend 10 minutes, going into it. He says, I got DJ. Yeah, let's see the risk reward. I like it. I mean, let's see what can happen. He's also from Australia,
by the way. So that's awesome.
Love it. What part? Sydney? You from Queensland? Where are you from?
Adam Piss.
Chunky Durduckin says, if Waddle is out and all the previous games are locked before I find out, Mooney, Parker, or Tyquan, or a Miami receiver. I think I lean Mooney there.
Mooney. I'm going Mooney. Parker is really interesting. He's available in a lot of leagues. I kind of want to pick him up, but he is. Let me see one more week with Parker and Bailey Zappi, and then if that is consistent, I'm interested to see if that's going to continue and translate to Mac Jones when he comes back. He might be a pickup this week if he's available in a lot of leagues, but yeah, I'm going Mooney.
Guys are asking us to set their entire lineups.
Kyle.
Okay. I mean, try your best. Like, if you have obvious ones, maybe just ask us the ones that you're really struggling with on this stream, guys. It's hard to go in depth with all the questions. Monty, Aaron Jones, Hunt, Pollard, Murray. I mean, this is okay. Aaron Jones, obvious start. Like, you don't need to ask us that. Aaron Jones is a start. 2 running backs.
I'm still going Monty. I'm going Aaron Jones, Monty personally.
Aaron Jones, Monty, I'm fine with that. Godwin, Lockett, Boyd. Godwin and Lockett.
And tight
Tunyon or
end,
Ingram.
I'll go
Tunyon.
And one flex.
Hopefully that helps. Kyle. Coco says McLaurin or Gerald Everett in the flex this week. I am going McLaurin, but it's close.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying McLaurin is because there's change.
Yeah, I think so. Exactly.
We saw Taylor Heineke just throw it up so many times to Terry and see Terry make incredible plays last year. I'm just glad that there's change for him.
I think, let me say this. If Keenan Allen doesn't play once again, which we're all expecting him not to, he's questionable. Are you still starting Keenan over or Everett over?
I think I am still starting Terry. Yeah.
Okay. I would take the chance with Everett because he's been utilized so much.
I don't think it's crazy. I think
it's a pretty good matchup against the Seahawks, personally.
It's a tough one to answer for sure. Sully, who deflects PPR? Drake London, Foreman, J-Rob, or pick up Ayuk or Pierce? Is that Pierce as an Alec Pierce? Because Alec Pierce would be the player I would be starting.
Also like Ayuk this week as well, personally.
Yeah, Ayuk is a pretty good play this week.
I think Ayuk and Pierce are better starts than, in my opinion, London, Foreman, J-Rob this week.
Yeah, London's tough just because they just don't throw at all. They throw at the lowest rate in the NFL, except for maybe the Bears, and they're winning games while doing it. It's so dumb. Yeah. So I guess the question is really Ayuk or Pierce. Probably going Ayuk.
I'm gonna go Ayuk just based off the matchup against the Chiefs. He was a start. He was one of my. Did I do wide receivers? I think I did the wide receivers. I said Ayuk. If you need an opportunity, a flex opportunity, I think he could find the end zone like he did last week. He may not get crazy yards, but those goal line screens, boom.
Yeah.
Wide receiver
Kyle,
screens.
For a second, I thought he was saying no wide receivers. Yeah, no, I was talking about the quarterbacks. We got on the same page there. Kyle says Tyler Algier or Jamal Williams. I'm going Jamal Williams.
100%.
Najee or ETN this week. I am probably going ETN.
Najee against the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm going ETN as well, but I mean maybe dump off passes for Najee. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Let me just double check.
We haven't seen that very much with either quarterback this year, the dump offs, because they've been trying to push the ball downfield, which is something that Big Ben was not able to do last year.
I did not. The offense did look better though. Like I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
just said the offense is going to struggle though.
I'm saying like what I didn't finish my sentence. I said the offense did look like Najee in the offense with Kenny. Like looked better, felt better, as in more opportunity. Like I don't know, but I am going ETN as well. I think it's just tough. Two tough matchups there. Mike Williams or Devonta Smith rest of the season. I'm going Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith. What was the question? Sorry.
Mike Williams or Devonta Smith rest of the season.
I
think we should be good. Hopefully.
Are we here?
I'm waiting. Are we here? We might be here. Yeah, I think we are back. Thanks, guys. Sorry, we just went in and out for a second. I said Devonta Smith. Who'd you say?
Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith. Should I move Sutton and Jacobs for Devontae Adams?
You can't move Jacobs right now. Jacobs looks like a legit top 10 running back rest of season.
It's tough. So
I don't think you can do that.
You hope Russ comes back. Frying Youth or Tanyan half PPR.
I think I'm going Fryermuth.
I like Path the Dragon for sure. Safe floor, Fryermuth, Tanyan, tremendous upside. I think, take that with context, whichever one. I think they're both really good starts this week, personally.
They're both good starts for sure. I'm going Pat.
Carr, Tua, Garoppolo. Who does Derek Carr play again?
He plays Houston. I think I'm going with Tua, though.
Tua against the Steelers? Yeah, I guess they give a lot of points to the quarterback position. Hey, I hear you.
Tony, aloha, brother. Says PPR flex, Pickens, Pierce, Bateman, or Gallup. Pittman, Pierce. What Pierce is that? Is that Alec or is that Damien? If it's Damien, it's Damien. Otherwise, I think is Bateman playing? Do we know if he's playing?
I think he's questionable right now. I think
if Bateman plays, I think he's the start.
I like Pickens.
If he doesn't, you're going Pickens over Pierce?
I am going Pickens over Pierce.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call. Pickens obviously plays Miami. Miami has very, very good cornerback play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it's just
I'm
tough.
going Alec. There.
William, Naeem Hines, Melvin Gordon, Damian Harris, or Gus Edwards. Who would you start? Happy PR. I'm going Damian.
Yeah.
Tommy, I was pissed. My friend traded more. I was about to offer him. He said he just traded him with Thielen, Edmonds, Odell for Kirk. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you miss it. Sometimes.
Yeah. One flex. Almost unsub.
Wait, what?
I don't understand what.
Flex, my bad, bro. You legit made me almost unsub and bounce out when your buddy said flex.
This is the guy who asked us to set his entire lineup.
Yeah, but I agree with you. One flex though. Shaking my head.
I'm not sure what the question is, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm confused. Appreciate you though.
Nathan, welcome back, brother. Drusa says Latavius Murray or Sony Michel. I'm going Latavius. Yeah, I kind of lean that as well. You didn't answer my flex question. I feel like we just set his entire lineup for him.
Sorry, but I mean, if we did, maybe we're just trying to go through it fast. What was it? Please send my lineup. Monty. We said Monty, Aaron Jones. We said Godwin, Lockett. We said Tanyan.
Yeah, and then he wants a flex as well.
I said one flex. Okay, so I said flex.
Pollard would be my flex there.
I'm going Kareem.
Your friend wanted to answer it, and you wanted to move on.
Going to Texas. Oh, did I? I didn't even think about it.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's any animosity here. It's all good, brother.
I had skipped it. Oh yeah, all good. Appreciate you.
I don't know, man.
Actually, it probably just happened so fast. He said he's leaning Pollard. Yeah, it just happened so fast. So like, we were probably just trying to get to the next question because there was a lot of questions happening.
Yeah, we answer tons of questions in these streams. It's hard to
but yeah, Zach will lean Pollard. I would go Kareem.
I thought we were already starting Kareem.
No. We're starting Monty and Aaron Jones.
Okay, I'm going Kareem as well. That's my bad.
Yeah, because he had Kareem and then Pollard and then somebody else. Yeah.
Okay, Kyle says Swift and Jamal Williams as my RB 1 and 2. It is. I love it. Williams says, is Garoppolo top 12 play this week at the position? He could be.
He definitely could be.
Chiefs give up a lot of touchdowns through the air. So it's definitely possible. He's a decent stream.
Yeah.
You're all good, Kyle.
Always finds ways to do something.
Yeah.
I hope Dylan gains value. I hope so too. I hope so
Dirty
too.
Bandit says, I got Jimmy G, Damian Pierce, Breece Hall, Chase, Adams, Ertz, and my flex is CMC or Pierce. I think that's a question. Indy wide receiver or Williams if Swift is out. So I'm guessing he's asking the flex.
So, okay, my flex is CMC, Pierce, or Mike Williams.
I'm going Jamal Williams.
Is that Jamal Williams?
What he's saying is Swift is out. I don't think he's talking about Mike Williams.
Oh, if Swift is out. Sorry, yeah, I didn't read that in there. Okay.
If Swift is out, I think I'm going Jamal Williams there.
Yeah, it's crazy not to start CMC, hey, but I mean, it feels like you
I just don't know.
It's risky. It's 100% risky.
Yeah. If Swift is playing, I think I'm happy to try Alec Pierce out.
Oh man, what's that schedule looking like? What time are these games starting? Because I think like if we can. So the Lions play at 1 o'clock. Ooh, that's gonna be tough, man. I would say, yeah, I'll go Jamal with the safety. Let's go Jamal with safety. I like that. But don't be surprised if CMC does get a lot of points. If, like he gets 2 touchdowns with.
We have no idea what his role is going to be.
With 5 to 10 carries, like we'll definitely see what happens. Yeah. I got to start Jimmy G, Jets, and Hurts on bye. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, that's tough.
Ace, we appreciate you for subscribing, brother. Appreciate everyone that's subscribing. Mark, Francisco, in the last couple.
Thank you, guys.
Holly was here as well. Kenny and Drake or Melvin Gordon. You see, this is where I think Kenny and Drake is a lot more safer than someone like Melvin. I'm gonna go I'm going Kenny and Drake here in a scenario like this.
Oh my God, it's a trap. It's a trap.
This is a divisional game against the Browns.
I don't worry about like the game. I just worry about like anyone could be in that rotation now with Justice Hill back, Gus Edwards back. Like, is it Do we really think there's not a chance that Gus Edwards is the lead running back this week?
I guess like, do we not see
Or
them?
Justice Hill?
Do we not see them having them on unlimited count with the
Potentially, but what happens if Kenyon Drake puts up like 2 yards per carry with 5 carries, and then they put Justice Hill in, and he goes for 15 yards? Is Kenyon Drake just they're gonna keep going to him because he did good last week? I don't know.
I guess it's the same thing with Melvin. You know, like that's what happens if Melvin fumbles the ball, and then it's like, well, fuck,
Sure.
I got Latavius anyway. So I guess which one does Kenyon Drake fumble the ball?
I really don't know what to do, but I'll go Kenyon, but I really don't have confidence in any of those options.
For sure. PPR is Gus Edwards worth the roster? Yes, we think so.
Yeah,
we would pick
he's
him
worth
up.
rostering. Not starting yet, but he's worth rostering.
Kyle, Aguilar or Sills, 32-man league.
That's incredible.
That is amazing. I'm going Aguilar. I don't think Sills will find time now that Wandell's on the field.
That's such a funny question.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I'll go Aguilar.
I dropped Gordon after last week. I'm done with him. I was up 20 until Monday Night Football. We each had 2 guys going. Lost, couldn't even get me 1. Should I do
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Fortunate. What can you do, man? It happens. That's fantasy. It is tough though.
Should I do D-Hop and Godwin for an elite wide receiver like Adams? I think it's just a lateral move personally. I like D-Hop and I like Godwin. I think all these guys, we haven't seen Godwin on the field because he missed a couple games. D-Hop missed a couple games, but it looks like he's picking up right where he left off, especially with Hollywood going to miss some time. Godwin and
like a
with Tom.
2-for-1 to get Adams? No, I'd keep the D-Hop and Godwin side.
Yeah, I would do that as well.
Melvin or James. I'm going James.
Going James as well.
Tommy is just so he's got such a vendetta against Melvin. The hard thing, Tommy, is that it wasn't even Melvin's play that put him off the field. They just didn't play him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just didn't play Melvin Gordon.
So this week, and they were confident, and then he comes out and says Melvin Gordon's gonna be our starter, just like he said last week. So the same shit can happen this week.
Who knows, man? Genuinely, who knows? It's hard to start Melvin, but it's tough. Like I kind of felt for Melvin on the sideline and like in the post game presser. He's like, yeah, I wish I could have helped my team win. He's like, I thought I could have helped my team win. I don't know. Who knows? It's tough situation.
No worries.
Ace, appreciate it, guys. Should I trade Zach Ertz for a better wide receiver too in my PPR league? Other wide receivers I have are Pittman, Cooks, Michael Thomas, and Dale Robinson. I'm not moving Zach Ertz unless I have like a extra supply of tight ends. You know
exactly.
Ertz is going to be a reliable guy every week. He's been one of the most reliable tight ends outside those top 2 all year. Funnily enough, without Hollywood, he had one of his worst weeks, but I think he's going to bounce back, and it's a good schedule.
Yeah. Hayden Harris or Dalton Schultz. If Hayden plays, I think you start him, in my opinion. But Dalton, I know Hayden was questionable. I know Dalton is going to play, but he does get Dak back.
I'm going Dalton there, but I don't know what to say about that situation.
I think that's a trap because he's been struggling with injury, Dalton's, and Hayden is playing the Ravens. No.
That's tough.
He's not playing the Ravens, excuse me. He's playing the Falcons. So we'll see. Hurts or Dillon at flex, or Hunt or Dillon at flex. I'm going Kareem Hunt.
So this feels like a huge week for the running backs in Green Bay versus Washington.
Appreciate you, Zero.
AJ Dillon or Kareem Hunt. Man, it's close between them.
It is close.
I'm actually going Dillon this week.
No worries. 8-man match for 8-man league. Did we skip a question? No, we didn't.
He's got a lot of depth. Yeah, no, I get it. No, I just don't think I make that move. If I make that move, it's for Cup.
Yeah.
If I make that move, it's, those are the kind of moves I make for like an Eckler, a Cup. Yeah, get you. Listo says got CMC with Montgomery on my bench. What to do? Also, Sutton or Dobbs at flex. Okay, got CMC with Montgomery on my bench. I think we need to. So like, if it comes out and says that CMC is going to get 50% of the workload, or there's a red zone package, I think I start him over Montgomery. Yeah. But if that doesn't come out and we're just flying into Sunday with the unknowns, I'm going to start Montgomery. There's a good chance that Montgomery has under 10 points. So if you're worried about like well, what if I start CMC and he doesn't put up numbers? Well, Montgomery's probably splitting carries, and he's facing a really tough defense. So it's not like it's an ideal scenario anyway.
Yeah, it's not an ideal scenario. And what's good about this list is that you have time. Monty's playing Monday night, and CMC is playing in the second slate of games in the afternoon. So keep your eye out on those reports. And then, like Zach said, if it does come out that he's going to either be limited or only have goal line package, I'm going CMC. Yeah. And then on the flex, we said, who'd you say? I would say...
I'm going Dobbs.
I was going Dobbs as well. I'm going Dobbs as well. I think with Brett, it's so hard to trust Cortland. Kyle would have been Julio over Aguilar and Silas, but it's Dan Nee. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Foreman or Hubbard? The guy in Carolina now are 50-50. I personally think it's 50-50. I think Foreman is going to be the first and second down back, and Chuba Hubbard could be the passing down guy. But anything can happen. Foreman is known to also catch on the backfield, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see. I think this week is going to set the tone.
I lean Deontay being the guy. Being the guy, just because we've seen more history of him being a successful running back. Chuba was one of the most inefficient running backs all last year with his opportunities. So, and they haven't with whoever's relieved CMC, it's typically been Deontay. I have no idea though. I have no idea who it's going to be. I just think Foreman is what my intuition tells me.
Okay.
Space Ghost.
Bench one, JT Pierce, Saquon Waddle, St. Brown. Oh my goodness.
This is a trap. They should all be started.
I am going
Waddle, maybe? Because he's injured. He's dealing with that injury.
Yeah.
Waddle would be my answer, but should be started.
I think they all should be started. Ace, I have Bellinger as a backup. I'm 3-3, not sure what to do. I have JT Pierce with Lamar Jackson. Should I hold my team for now? I think you should. I like Bellinger. He's a good fill-in option, but he's not consistent as of yet unless it continues to build. But I think Zach Ertz, especially with Hollywood Brown going to miss some time, he should get a lot of workload, even though he was a bit disappointing this week. Surely they get him more involved. Surely.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Flex Najee or Jacoby. I'm going Najee there.
I'm going Jacoby. I think
Thank you,
he
Roman.
has a higher floor and a higher ceiling.
Lucy,
we're talking about week 2 where Jacoby had 13 targets. Najee's just got such a low floor. It's hard. It's tough, but I don't think there's a right answer. Najee could outscore Jacoby, but I'm just using in a PPR format the target upside. So next question. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, sorry. My brother messaged me. Need one wide receiver and flex, half PPR, Etienne, Cooks, Alec Pierce, Deontay. Going Cooks.
Jeez.
I'm going Cooks and Deontay.
I said need one wide receiver and one flex. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going Cooks and Deontay, personally.
I'm going Cooks and Etienne.
Okay. Would you start Zeke?
I like Cooks this week.
He also said, would you start Zeke or Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones this week.
I am going Aaron Jones this week as well. Emil, if you had to trade Chubb, would you trade him for Justin Jefferson or Devontae Adams? I would trade him for Justin Jefferson.
Same.
We will both say the same thing. I won 3 straight starting sills. If that tells you how wild 32-man league is, by the way. Now that's awesome.
What it do, baby?
What it do? 12-man league looking like I'm going to be 4-3. Any spots you would look to upgrade? Usually this is kind of an open-ended question, but at the moment I can see maybe you need a tight end. You have Carla, Kamara, Aaron Jones.
Tight end would be what I would look to upgrade, but yeah, it's hard to answer because just because we have so many.
And you do have Waller, but I mean it's tough.
Yeah, with Waller, it's just again I'm still waiting and hoping that he comes back next week, and I'm not going to stream anyone over Waller if he plays. So
yeah, exactly.
But you're in a pretty good spot. I mean, Olave would have been a huge pickup. Russian, what's up? Says pick 3: Swift, Jamal Williams, Najee, D. Pierce, Etienne, or B. Rob. So if Swift plays, he's a pretty easy start. Then it's Pierce and Etienne for me.
Yeah, I'm going Pierce, Swift. Yeah, Pierce, Swift, Etienne. I'm gonna go Najee over Etienne just based off of the matchup this week.
Sure. E-Man says, who do you like more in fantasy, D-Hop or CD? Dynasty, it's 100% CD, but rest of season, I think
After
I
what we
am
saw,
actually leaning D-Hop.
yeah,
Yeah.
after what we saw with D Hop and Hollywood out, I know Dak's coming back. We'll see what happens, but right now I think I lean D Hop as well. Adam, sorry, Jimmy G over Trevor Lawrence this week. Thoughts? It's
Not
definitely
crazy.
not crazy. I'm happy with that. Trevor Lawrence going against the Giants. Could be a tough game. Let's see.
Pretty like, I think that's a real toss-up between them, so I don't hate
Yeah.
it.
Wait, what, Isaac? Why on Twitch do you have it on subscribers only mode too? Subscribers on YouTube and Twitch is very much different. Yes, you guys
I don't even know what that means.
We should have it on anyone could do it, but I can definitely double check. But let's see.
I'm not sure what it means.
Like
Maybe that's why people haven't been talking to us on Twitch for a while.
Maybe.
Is subscriber mean they have to like subscribe with Prime or something?
Maybe. Let's see.
I don't know.
You can go to the next question. Let's double check.
Full PPR Bateman if he plays or Pickens Bateman if he plays. Pick 2 Juju, Gallup, Dobbs, Sutton. I'm going Dobbs here.
Yes.
And I'm going Dobbs, and I'm going. It's really tough between Gallup and Sutton, but I think I'm going Sutton. I'm going Sutton and Dobbs there.
Okay.
JP half PPR need to Gallup, Judy, Juju, Wandale need to Gallup and Judy.
Judy, Juju, Wandale.
Judy is so hard to trust, man.
Judy is hard to trust. If you need to, I'm going.
Gallup is a clear start for me.
Yeah, I was thinking Gallup and Wandale, or Judy and Wandale. Those are the guys. I think Wandale for sure is a
really
start.
okay.
Is a start for me.
Okay.
Personally,
That's a lot of confidence.
It is a lot of confidence. Maybe that's a little bit of home bias. So keep that in mind, JP. I am a Giants fan, but if you do need to, like, if Wandale was not there, it's Gallup and Judy. Personally, if Wandale, yeah, I think it's Gallup and Wandale for me.
All right, I'm going Gallup and Judy, but I mean, Wandale, I just want to see it one more week first before I trust him in my starting lineup.
Yeah.
Tua or Carr, I'm going Tua.
Flex.
Flex spot, half PPR, Pollard, Dobbs, or Wandale. I would go Dobbs.
I'm going Dobbs there. I feel more confident, especially with that matchup. But it's
Pollard
very
or
close
Foreman. Pollard. Hey fellas,
Oliver.
sorry joining late. PPR league. Should I start Judy, Bateman, or Josh Reynolds? I'm going Bateman if he plays. I'm going Bateman if he plays. Otherwise, I'll go Judy.
Yeah, I'm going Judy.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Judy over Bateman still.
Really? Okay.
It's tough. In that scenario, it's tough because Bateman, we just haven't seen, like, you mean, you sold me on it. We just haven't seen the opportunity in the air with Lamar. Maybe Bateman could have that bomb touchdown. Maybe he gets 4 targets, 80-yard touchdown type vibe,
I guess the opposite side is that what have we seen from Jerry though? And he's been healthy.
A good 8 points.
Yeah, we've had 4 games under 8.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, man. If he doesn't get a touchdown, he's a bust of the week. Is what it looks like. Like so far this year is what I'm saying. I don't know. It's tough. I'm going Bateman though.
Can appreciate you guys inside. Ryan or Carr for quarterback. I'm going Carr. And Breece Hall, Ken Walker for my flex. I think both of these guys need to be started, but I'm going Breece Hall.
Yeah, these are both must starts. I would say Ken Walker's matchup is by far the better
one. Yeah, against the Chargers.
That's what makes it tough.
I think you just have to start.
Breece is also really dominant through the air. I think I do lean. This could be a rough 3 weeks for Breece, by the way. Denver, New England, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buy them back to New England. I think I lean Ken here. But, I mean, I've been one of the biggest Breece Hall people in fantasy this offseason, so that's crazy to say. Ken Walker is also getting involved in the air as well. That's what's confusing me. 3
What?
targets last week.
That he's getting targets?
He's just involved everywhere. He is the offense last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
I'm
like
gonna go
him.
Ken there, but it's tough. But both
No
of those guys
worries.
should be started.
Sutton, Gallup, Dubs. I'll go. It's a toss up between Sutton and Gallup. Honestly, I think
I'm
both.
going Dubs as the one.
I think both of those guys, like. Yeah, I
I'll
think
take Dubs versus
we might have
Washington.
answered a similar question. No, I think I think it might have been Pickens, something like that. No, I think we said
Isn't-
Gubs. I think we said Dubs over Gallup, but we didn't have Sutton.
Well, my clear guy to start is Dubs versus Washington.
Yeah.
That's who I would choose.
Yeah, I'll lean with you. I'll lean with you the Dubs over the Sutton here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle,
You guys think Schultz can be relevant again? Maybe.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's
see
hope
it.
and see. Thoughts on Dak this week and rest of the season? Let's wait and see. I mean, the injury is very interesting. You know, Russ didn't automatically come out and start throwing touchdowns last year after that injury, and it was kind of similar.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can come out and do something. But
Pretty favorable 2 weeks in a row versus Detroit and Chicago.
yeah,
I think he's gonna be fine,
Yeah.
personally. But let's see.
JoJo, Carr, or Gino. I think we would both say Carr.
Ooh, who does Gino play? I'm trying to remember. Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going Gino.
No worries. I'm going Carr.
I'm going,
Schultz.
and I have to start Carr this week in the league.
Yeah,
Gino versus the Chargers. It's tough. That's tough.
it is tough.
I'm going Gino, but it's close.
We said Schultz or Tanya. I think we both said Tanya last time.
Yep.
Zach Wilson or Sutton. Oh shit. Like, so you either, like, I'm talking about, this is like a flex option, Taro?
Super flex, maybe. I'm guessing it's super flex.
I'm assuming it's super flex where you're saying, well, should I start Cortland Sutton or over Zach Wilson?
I'm going Wilson.
That's tough. I think Zach Wilson's going to have a tough match. But I am going
agree.
Wilson, the upside there. Not the upside,
I
but the
agree.
quarterback position. Let's see what happens. Space Ghosts have Kelsey and Joku. Should I drop Joku after Kelsey's bye week and pick up OBJ or wide
No.
receiver? Yeah,
Absolutely not.
I would try and sell. That's what I'm trying to do. I have Mark Andrews, and once Mark Andrews goes on by, I am selling. I'm going to try everything I possibly can.
Why?
Um,
Why are you trying to sell Mark Andrews?
no, I'm talking about. I have Mark Andrews and David Njoku. So if I can after the bye week, if I can sell, just like he's saying, I'm trying to sell. You know, that second tight end that I'm never going to start.
Sure, I'm happy to sell Njoku, but you don't drop him. I mean, that's a top 7 tight end right now.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency as well.
Jerry Judy and Jimmy G for DJ Moore. If this is Dynasty, I would still say no. If this is redraft, I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm on the Jimmy G side in all formats.
Carmen,
Looking to buy ETN before the breakout in Dynasty, what would you offer? I mean, yeah, this is an interesting conversation because ETN was like the hate was at an all-time high the first 2 weeks. And kind of was just like, hey guys, hold through. We're going to be okay. And overall, I would say like 2 seconds you could try or a late first. Otherwise, you're not getting him.
Yeah.
You're not getting him for less than a first or like 2 high seconds, I don't think.
What's up, guys? Should I do Brady or Gino and also pick 2 Mixon, Pierce, or Walker? Once again, all those guys need to be started. I'm going Brady over Gino, and
Same.
pick 2, I'm going Mixon and Ken Walker.
Yeah, who does Mixon play?
Mixon's plays the Falcons.
Oh yeah, I'm going Mixon and Ken Walker too. Then
Russ still looks
Russ
bad.
still looks bad. Yeah, that's true.
No worries, Tommy. Just defense 20 points.
Let's see, could happen.
Christian.
Go ahead.
I traded Chris Olave for Travis Etienne because I have Mike Evans, Godwin, and CeeDee Lamb, and I only have 2 RBs, Aaron Jones and CMC. What do you think? I think
I'm a huge ETN guy, but I think Olave is probably more valuable right now in a one-on-one trade.
And I think especially if you have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, maybe I would have went a different route and try to go maybe a higher running back and trade one of those other guys. Like you trade Mike Evans or Chris Godwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Because right now you're limiting your upside with having 2 of the same players on the team. You know, could you gotten a Josh Jacobs? Could you gotten a Swift? Could you gotten whatever the case may be for one of those guys. Yeah. Chunky, PPR, Dubs, or Gallup, and Pollard. I think we would go Dubs there. And Pollard or CMC, we would go CMC there.
I need to find out if he's going to be involved. If we don't get any information, then I'm going Pollard.
And that's, keep in mind, every time we say CMC, that's with the thought process of us getting a notification saying he will be involved, right? He's going to have a goal line package. He might have 20 to 25 snaps. Like if a report comes out saying CMC, kind of like what Brian Robinson was week 1 when he first came back. Brian Robinson is going to have 20 snaps and goal line, even though it's completely different, but the thought process, 20 snaps and a red zone package for CMC. Are you happy to start him?
Dude, I'm so sorry. I was looking at Kyle's question. I started laughing. I did not really pay attention to what you're saying.
Okay, I said if a report comes out saying CMC with only 20 touches and a red zone package, are you still happy to start him, or are you hesitant in that?
I think
area?
I'm more just probably avoiding it because Pollard's matchup is so good that if that report comes out, I'm going Pollard.
Okay.
His matchup is just really, really good.
Yeah, against the Lions. That's fair.
Yeah. Kyle says I traded Rashad Bateman for Sky Moore and an early 23 second in Dynasty League. Am I an idiot? Joking, by the way. I don't think I'm an idiot. I'll take the Bateman side at this point, but we have no idea what Sky Moore will be.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Sky.
The issue is if they actually trade for DJ Moore, which I don't know if that happens, but if they trade for DJ Moore, Sky Moore's stock will take a pretty huge hit.
I also don't think that it's still out of question for them to get somebody in free agency next year.
Sure.
Juju's clearly not the answer. He's not the answer. I don't think he gets a contract extension. The draft is pretty weak, so unless they can get a first round draft pick, unless they draft a wide receiver in the first round, which I doubt, the 23 class is a bit weak at the moment.
Could have freaking drafted George Pickens, dumbasses. I was so pissed when I saw how many teams pass on him.
And yeah, that's the only thing I can see is.
Bro, could you imagine George Pickens in Kansas City right now?
You can only imagine.
Oh my gosh. So frustrating.
Imagine.
Squid's Giant Chode on Twitch says, "Let's go, can talk." Do you believe that Aaron Jones rest of season is gonna figure it out? I do think Aaron Jones will figure it out.
I think so as well.
Does he have top 5 upside? No, probably not. But I think he does have top 12 upside rest of season.
Every single week, by the way, they've been saying the last 2 weeks that they lost. Why haven't we been running the ball? The conversation around it is we need to run
every
the ball.
Week.
But we're not doing it.
Every week they're you know what? We should probably get Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon more involved. Yeah, but we're gonna keep limiting their workload. Sound good? Sounds good.
I believe
full PPR Hurst or Frymuth. I'm going Frymuth.
Yeah, as well.
Kyle says to me, it seems like Sky Moore's snaps are going to go up. Is going to be limited. No, I definitely get it. I don't think it's a terrible trade at all. And I still believe right now that Sky Moore has a chance to solidify himself as the one. But is Sky the transcendent player that's going to demand 10 targets? I don't know that answer.
Yeah, I didn't think
imagine Olave in Kansas City. Yeah, that would be incredible too.
Yeah, that's the problem there. I mean, if you get Olave, the Saints traded up for him, didn't they?
The Saints did trade up for him, yeah.
I
mean, even Dotson in Kansas City would have been really cool to see.
Yeah.
Daggers says half PPR premium tight ends. Start 3. Ayuk, Njoku, Pierce, and Mostert.
Ayuk, Njoku, and
Alec. So
that's where I'm going.
So it's a half premium though.
Yeah, tight end premium. So I'm going Ayuk, Njoku, Pierce. I think that's pretty easy for me, personally.
Start 3. Okay, right. Yeah, I agree. J Ram says T-Law, Goff, or Jimmy G. I don't think you can start Jared Goff this week. I'm going Jimmy.
Yeah, you gotta go Jimmy. The best matchup there. T-Law and Jimmy. T-Law can have a good game though. We tend to give up some big plays sometimes, by the way. So
I agree.
Don't be scared to start T-Law if you're hesitant. In my opinion, as a Giants fan,
it's very close between T-Law and Jimmy.
Yeah, I really love Sky as a talent personally.
Same.
But them trading for a wide receiver would kill that 100%.
I agree.
If they get a wide receiver, Sky Moore it feels very done early. And
Not
same,
done, but like he can develop into like a really complimentary wide
and
receiver
that's the
rather
same
than a
thing. Like
star.
if they were to get someone in free agent, in the draft, you know, like hypothetically, what if like Keishawn Booty falls into the second round and then Kansas City takes him? Is he done then? Because I think
Uh,
that is a possibility.
he's done it as far as like his ceiling as a dynasty asset, but he could still be a really good complementary player, like the trajectory of like Robert Woods' career, you know.
Fair,
So
fair.
what we have to be careful of is giving up on players too early.
Yeah, anything can happen. Red,
Yeah.
we appreciate you for subscribing. Any last minute questions here?
Yeah. Any last minute questions, guys? We've been live for about 2.5 hours. First hour we were live over with our supporters. Just so you know, if you want to support this channel, you can now become a member, which is, we had that on our Dynasty channel. Now we have it on the Redraft channel. So
Yeah.
if you want to become a member, that is an option. And, you can kind of stand out in the chat, priority replies to comments and things like that, as well as a live stream that we do for our supporters. But let's see. Millie C says pick 2, Najee, Gallup, or B-Rob. I'm going Najee and Gallup.
Yeah.
AC says, what's one player you guys completely disagree on? What's one player we completely disagree on?
I think we disagreed on Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts coming into the season.
That was a big one. I'm trying to think of
I was happy
else.
with him in redraft. I wasn't happy with him in Dynasty. I would say Breece Hall was a big one this year. I was all in on Breece. I don't feel like you were.
I wasn't all in. Yeah, I guess I wasn't all in like you were, but yeah, I do hear you. I wasn't like, I didn't think he would.
The conversation was you didn't think he'd return the 4th round value.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't think of anyone else.
Those were probably two going.
I think another one
out.
was Trey. I believed in his talent. I just didn't believe he would be a top 10, 8 guy everyone was believing in, and I thought he would be more
hard to victory lap an injury, but fair.
No, that I understand. But that's what I'm saying. Like you can't really do that. But that's who we disagreed on a lot.
Yeah. 215 Eagle says I have CMC, AJ Dillon, Brian Robinson, and Foreman. I have to start 2. I'm going AJ Dillon and Brian Robinson unless we get information that CMC is going to be important to the game plan.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Mooney this week over Mike Collins. I think we both agree.
I agree. Mooney, Hollins could be a low-key great start though, but I'll go Mooney.
Mixon for Evans.
Got to keep the running back with the landscape of running backs this year. How often they're getting injured.
I guess it depends on your depth, but like I'm keeping Mixon. Unless he's like somehow a flex option for you. But yeah, Millie C, I heard the Bills camp is planning to give James Cook more action. Thoughts? I mean, I hope so and I believe so. James Cook was another guy we disagreed on coming into the season. I hope so and I believe so, and I believe it. I don't believe it, but I hope so. How about that?
Yeah, I've been out on James Cook pretty much since the draft, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, Devin Singletary's not playing bad, is he? I think he's playing pretty well. I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
We'll see. Should I drop Foreman to pick up a wide receiver on the waivers like Boyd or Wandale? I personally would if you I personally would if you have the running back depth. I think Wandale's
if you don't have running back depth, I think you have to keep Foreman.
Yeah, I think specifically Wandale's upside is significantly higher, and Boyd actually, they're both high. This has significantly higher upside than Foreman, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I would do. Jameson Williams is going to be relevant at any point this season. At this point, in my opinion, in a 32-man league, like you're saying, I think he could, but like in a 12-man league, I don't see it. I think the projection is that he was going to come back, around Thanksgiving time, which is another just a month out now, and by that time, that's like close to fantasy playoffs.
I have no idea. That's my answer. I have no idea.
I personally don't think he would, but if he does, that's great.
Rooney, what defenses do you like this week? Raiders, Jags, Giants, or Colts?
Raiders.
Raiders, Jags, Giants, or Colts? Raiders are pretty good one, but they get destroyed in the air. That's what worries me.
I think Colts are going to get scored on. Like Derrick Henry will score against the Colts, in my opinion. Jags and Giants could be a toss-up where both of them can be bust or both of them could be boom. You know, and then Raiders just feels like the matchup feels like it should be a good floor.
Yeah, I'm happy to agree with you there.
Yeah,
really need Jameson, that 32 man. Let's see. 215 Eagles says my RBs are Fournette, CMC, B Rob, AJ Dillon, and Foreman.
Fournette,
yeah, CMC, so there's probably not enough there for me to drop Foreman.
I'm personally okay with that because I don't think there's gonna be a time where I start Foreman over AJ Dillon unless he gets hurt. Yeah. But like, I mean, I'm just maybe that's short term thinking, but like, that's my thought process.
Sure. Where would you put Chris Olave rest of season? To be honest, Chris Olave is someone that I brought as a trade target back in week 2, and I remember people commenting saying Michael Thomas is the one. And someone commented, they were like, there's no way I'm going to send Michael Thomas for Olave. I personally do not believe that Olave will be undone from his relevancy in this offense.
Yeah.
He's the one. He will be the one going forward. They're going to build around Olave, the guy that they traded up for. I don't worry about Landry. I don't worry about Thomas. And I made a statement in that week 2 video where I said that he's going to be a top 15 wide receiver rest of season. So I would rank him in the top 15 still.
Yeah, I think he's up there personally. I think he can definitely be up there. So let's see what happens. Michael Thomas just going the same route as Julio Jones. He might get traded, and they're going to be a new beginning. No, he's going to get hurt. Sounds bad. Millie, great show. Thoughts on Tyquan? Also, can Elijah Mitchell be dropped in a redraft? I'm still keeping Elijah Mitchell
on your IR.
On the IR. Tyquan Thornton, very interesting. Let's see if the consistency continues with either Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones. Can he be started? So far, I don't think so. Let's see a couple more weeks. That's my thought process.
But he's definitely interesting with the draft capital they spent on him.
Agreed.
McCaffrey, Foreman, Gibson start 1. McCaffrey,
Prescott. They go over Rodgers. I'm going
Rodgers this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we've been live for over 2.5 hours. Haven't eaten. I'm pretty hungry. Through X, I see you over there on Twitch. This will be the last question we answer. He says, Jacoby Myers or Debo with the matchups they have. I'm going Debo.
No doubt about it.
But guys, huge love. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
Drop a like, subscribe. Good luck in week 7.
Yeah.
Anyone who's over there on Patreon, the fantasy hotline is always open.
That's right.
And we'd be happy to answer your questions. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And huge love.
We'll
good
see
luck this
you.
week.
Good luck. As always, waiver wires and starts and all that's going to come out this week. And then we go live the Thursday night games and the Monday night games. So we see you there. And as always, we go live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays as we are now. But all love. We'll see you guys next week. Good luck.